welcome back to my channel.
Hey, bitch.
Hope you like it here. If you do, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And while you're at it, hit that bell for post notifications. Also, remember to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Toya's2cents. Now let's get into this episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac. So the episode starts out with Giselle and her firstborn daughter, Gracie, taking a dance class. Giselle is terrible, but she laughs it off and takes it in stride. Everybody took a 15-minute break from the dance class, and choreographer Bird said, "I'ma take my 15 minutes while I go over these steps with you, Gracie." So during the break, Giselle talks with her daughter Gracie about her terrible dancing skills and about what's up with her attitude towards her dad. And Gracie pretty much confirms that she's annoyed with that whole situation. Giselle tries to pacify her with some baby talk, and she rolls her eyes and they have a little chuckle. No sooner than they said their third ha, as in ha ha ha, choreographer Bird steps back in like 5, 6, 7, 8. You better work, choreographer Bird. You better get some business. You better promote yourself on these Bravo checks. Y'all, white boy Ben is back. Ben is back and working out, y'all. And Karen still is telling everybody that Ray is old and dusty. So because Ray is old and dusty and Karen is just now finding herself, she decides to throw herself a grand dame party to celebrate the Hugers moving back to Potomac. Now, Mansell and Robin and Wendy meet up down to the park for a little powwow with the kids. The kids toss around a football, and then the ice cream truck pulls up. So when the ice cream truck pulls up, the kids are naturally going to run to their parents for money. Miss Wendy has no cash. She said she only got them cards, honey. Robin, however, took out all the money and bawled out for all the kids with the ice cream truck, and that spoke volumes. And maybe not in the way you think it would. Now, just when I said I'm loving Robin's new budding friendship with Miss Wendy, I realize, Robin, you're there to fish for information. You know that Wendy and Candace is, pretty tight. So you wanted to know what went down after the sip and see. So while Robin is fishing for information from Miss Wendy, my stepson decides to go sit his little rude butt down in between both of these ladies while they're having a conversation. And his reasoning behind it was he wants to listen. He don't want to listen to y'all talk. That's nothing more than his little friends at school and their moms watch the show, and he's trying to get a little clout in the school halls. You know what I mean? So they shoo him away, and Robin goes back into digging for details mode. And during this time, she finds out that Candace thinks Giselle is a monster. Candace does not care for Ashley, and Candace also thinks Karen Huger is the shit. I gotta say though, my favorite assessment was when Wendy said, "Is Karen still having sex?" And no, Karen is not over here acting like she's pussy popping on a handstand.
I said what I said.
I almost left my body, went to heaven, and came right back. That was too effing funny. Now it's time for Candace and Ashley to meet up. Candace is finally meeting up with Ashley at some sort of coffee shop looking place, very Starbucks-esque. And Candace calls Ashley because she got there first, and Ashley tells her she's running late. So Candace decides to order food for both of them, which was nice. Then we cut to Ashley strolling in with her stroller and rearranging all them goddamn people's furniture. Then we cut to Candace's confessional, where she is not giving baby Warbucks a little bit of shade, but a lot. She said that baby looks just like Mike and would be blessed to look like Ashley. She stays shading baby get the bag. Now guys, I know this woman is supposed to be on here living her reality, but I for one am getting tired of Ashley's pregnancy side effects. First, everything has busted open, then everything fell out. Then she needed Botox after she patched it up and slapped a bumper sticker on it. And now you're here telling us that you have hot flashes. I guess many millions sitting in your lap was worth it, huh? So they get to bickering a little bit at the table, but essentially, Candace gives an apology that was just enough to be an apology, but still on the border of saying, pregnant or not, bitch. These words will give you a whole C-section out here in these streets, and maybe save you from the trauma of giving birth to a bag. So baby bag starts fussing, and Ashley holds up her baby, and it seems to quiet everything down. Isn't it funny how money could fix a lot of problems? Catch. So they move on and they're seemingly fine. So they get to talking about Monique and Charisse's beef now, and the timeline of when it all happened. Ashley thinks it's between June and September, and Candace thinks that Ashley knows why, and Monique, I just want to know, what kind of shady-ish are you into, and at what lengths are you willing to go to protect the trainer? That must have been some good tea. Now, Karen sends everyone her party invitation, and everyone is just pretty much thinking Karen is batshit crazy, as one should. Anyway, Giselle and Robin call each other up on the phone, and they get to talking about the invitation. And they shade Miss Karen, honey. Them bitches said, who throws a house party for a house that you rent? And I almost fell out. While Robin had Giselle on the line, she decided to tell her about her meetup with Wendy and the kids. Giselle seems to approve of a friendship with Wendy, not that she needs to give approval, but you know how those mean girls get cliquey sometimes, and Giselle has been accused of liking the new blood. However, she seems to approve of Miss Wendy, so that's a plus. So Robin tells Giselle that Wendy also thinks that Karen is not out here in these streets doing handstands and pussy pops, and that was fun to see also. A little girl kiki, we all do it, even the boy. Robin also tells Giselle that Candace thinks she's a monster via the tea she got from Wendy. Now, Giselle has been messy in the past, and every episode since the season started, with all that telling stuff the minute people walk into a room. But now that there's a potential for her to have her own situation going on outside of Jamal Cheaterson Bryant's, I bet her booty hole puckered when she heard this tea. We get to Monique's life, and she is stressed out, honey. She is stressed out about having them 19 kids for that giant of a man. Anyway, the family does a bedtime routine, and they try to have a date night, even though their youngest was not having. Monique explains to her grizzly bear of a man why she ran to the arms of her trainer. LOL. By telling him that he doesn't pursue her and he doesn't wine and dine her anymore. She's basically saying that She's feeling really unappreciated. You're taking her love for granted, baby. She don't know how much more she can take from you and them damn kids. So Big Boy throws some money at the problems, and she reacts in her confessional by saying, "Oh, so you think money's supposed to make me happy?" Which further proves to us, as in John Q. Public, that you smashed the trainer, Monique. So we take a hot skip and a jump over to Candace's life, and she and her husband are having a picnic. I just want to say, I'm going to declare today that I'm going to stop shitting on this lady's concern about having kids. They are valid and she's articulated them well, and I'm just going to stop because her concerns are legit. She goes on to tell him that she met up with Ashley for lunch, and she tells him how it was and that it ended on, what can be seen as good terms now. And she has her heart set on checking Giselle off the list of apologies she feels like she has to make. And her husband and her decides to role play how a conversation would turn out if she were talking to Giselle. So White Chocolate plays the role of Giselle, and when it was his turn to speak, he goes and says, "Well, Candace, you're mean because you threw a butter knife," and shut the whole conversation down. So we get back from another break, and Karen is party planning. Giselle and her hairstylist / good friend Cal comes by her house to get her right and offers up a little counseling on the side. Giselle tells Cal about her and the kids and Cheater Box. Giselle wants the kids to accept their daddy like they did when Sex in the Park Sherman was around. Cal tells her to get the HE double hockey sticks out of La La Land. And everything can't be a fairy tale. He tells her the kids got a right to feel like that man hurt you, sis. The kids got a right to feel like he is trash for you. Giselle gets emotional, but she's still gonna take us on this circus ride. Alright, child. I'ma strap in since you insist. Okay, now, so it's party time. It's party time, y'all. And what did Miss Karen bring to the party? Legs. Yes, God, honey. Miss Karen brought legs for days. Karen, who knew you had them legs, honey? So her guest starts arriving, and she's greeting everyone. And out of the Bravo cast, Giselle is the first to arrive. Karen greets her and asks her for cheating champ Jamal. And Giselle says he's in Atlanta because he has church tomorrow. And Karen seems to think that Giselle don't want to have to answer for cheating champ's ways, so she doesn't bring him around. And I seem to agree, along with the whole thing is bullshit. Giselle greets Uncle Ben Ray and asks why wasn't he a part of the invitation if it's a Huger party. And Ray tries to play it off by saying, well, she got the Huger name from him. They have a light chuckle at his old man banter and move on. Ray knows this shit is just for Karen. He hasn't invited not one person to that party. Miss Ashley pulls up to the party and says Michael is with the baby. Now we know Ashley told Booty Bank Mike to stay his ass away from Bravo Productions, because we know the Bravo staff ain't safe from the booty pinches. Y'all, Ashley's still out here drinking Coronas. I see some things never change after pregnancy, despite being blown to pieces in your lady area by $1 Million Baby. While Giselle and Ashley have a little powwow about getting back into the groove of life post-pregnancy, Wendy and her husband make their way into the party. Now this is a PSA to Juan Zaddy Dixon. If you're not gonna be on screen as much to quench this thirst, I'ma set my sights on Wendy's husband. I never really paid attention to him before. He showed up to the party with his chocolate skin and that summer suit. Maybe it was him being in a suit, but I do love chocolate. White chocolate, you have nothing to worry about, hun. You don't have to worry about a thing. You will always be second to my Juani Bear and my new Wakanda Bay. Now back to Giselle and Ashley's convo. So Giselle tells Ashley that she heard that Candace was calling her a monster. And Ashley quickly tells Giselle that she had lunch with Candace and it's all good in the hood for now. That did not go how Giselle wanted it, in my opinion. Giselle was looking for a co-signee to form a Let's Get Candace's Ass This Season band. Candace walks in and greets everyone shortly after Monique and Big and Tall show up, and her and Candace played nice for now. Robin was the last to show up, and she came with pizzas for everybody, but this was just a joke. It was a joke because she was trying to deliver pizza 1 or 2 seasons ago to see if Karen lived where she claimed she lived at the time she lived there. They all have a laugh about it, and Robin goes on to greet Uncle Ben Ray and asks why there was a K for Karen on every piece of party decor instead of H for Huger. Ray admits that this party has nothing to do with him, and I can't say that we all didn't see this from the beginning. Then we jump over to Candace pulling Giselle to the side and saying that she would like to have a friendly chat at some point. Giselle pranced on this opportunity like ain't no time like the present. So Candace tries to apologize to Giselle to move forward with their relationship, and Giselle was like, yeah, that's all well and good, but here's some new beef. Word on the street is that I spoke to Robin, who spoke to Wendy, who spoke to you, Candace, that said that I was a monster. Candace is obviously taken aback by this because she did not mean it in a malicious way, and I do believe that. And furthermore, Giselle should be able to appreciate that because that's more mean girl banter, and that is what Giselle is built for or built on. Candace tries to reel it back in, but Giselle just wants to keep it going because I guess if we could focus on this trivial beef between you and Candace, then we won't have to focus on Cheaty Cheaterson and what he's doing with what's in his pants. In another corner of the party, Karen is talking with Ashley about Ray wanting to retire to Florida and she wanting to pussy pop and handstand in Potomac. Then she excuses herself and comes back as a hybrid between Beyonce and the Pink Panther. Everyone seemed amused, and I was also slapping a thigh. What is wrong with Karen? I can't look away. Anyway, everybody all starts dancing, and old man Uncle Ben Ray goes upstairs to bed because, like I told you before, he didn't invite not one person to this party, so no one would miss him being there. That's all for this week's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Drop down in the comments and let me know what were your thoughts, if you agree with my thoughts, and if you want me to review any other shows, please be sure to let me know in the comments as well. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Toya's2cents, and I will see you for the next video. Bye! There's some whores in this house.